Welcome to step 2 of the 4 steps to market domination. Step 2 is the foundation. This is where we decide how we're going to organize all of our customer information. Everything else will pivot off of the decisions we make at this stage. Every campaign will be sent to people based on how you've organized your customers. All your reports about sales activity will be based on how you've chosen to organize your customers. So let's get this one right. In the 4 steps to market domination guide that you've probably already downloaded, there's a worksheet that's going to help you decide what fields you need in your CRM to organize your customers. With SalesNexus, it's super easy to lay out this customer screen so that everything you need to know about your customers is front and center, and you don't have to navigate through a whole bunch of other screens. So, let's put some thought into the unique things that you need to know about your customers that I wouldn't want to know about my customers. Those are the things that matter most to your business. Then let's go create some fields in SalesNexus and lay them out on the screen so it'll be super easy for your salespeople to put that information in by pointing and clicking and retrieve it at a moment's notice when a call comes in.
Welcome to step 2 of our 4 steps to market domination onboarding video series. Okay, first, you surveyed the team. You got everybody involved in talking about what your priorities were. Now it's time to start deciding about the foundation of your system. How are you going to organize customer information? Yes, of course, you want to have a dashboard, something like this, right? You want to be able to look at what's in the pipeline and how many calls are your reps making, how many leads are they generating, things like that. Yes, we're going to do that. But you can't do it well if you don't decide how to organize customers in the first place. That's the foundation, and that's going to allow us to create graphs that show us things that are really meaningful and actionable. Your business is different than other businesses. Your graphs and dashboards need to reflect those unique metrics that matter the most to your business. You're going to be able to track not just how many leads are coming in, but which sources of leads, which investments of marketing dollars are yielding the most sales. These breakdowns need to be based on the way that you market, not the way I market or somebody else markets, right? So the good news is this is super easy to do in SalesNexus. It's all about laying out the customer screen so that what you need to know about your customers is front and center, and you don't have to go drilling through 3 different screens to do what you need to do with the customer, right? So the way we do that is just customizing the fields you see on the screen. You can see I have some generic stuff like what's the status? Are they a client or a prospect? Things like that. Yes, you want to know that. Yes, I want to know where did this lead come from. Of course, you can customize this list. Yes, I want to know who referred this lead to me. And of course, I want to know their address and things like that, right? But the key to success is the other things that you need to know about your customers that I don't need to know about my customers, right? So I have year-to-date sales. That's kind of nice. Maybe I'm importing that from my accounting system or something like that. But let's imagine, just for example's sake, that I'm in the equipment rental business. I rent things like backhoes and air compressors to construction companies and landscapers and things like that, right? So I want to create some fields that let me track the things that matter to me. I need to know things like, are they a landscaper, or do they do pool installations, or is this a home construction company, right? That matters. That tells me what kinds of equipment they're going to need, and it may also be very seasonal as well, right? So I want to make it easy for my salespeople to tell me what kind of customer this is. And the way I do that is first I go up here to settings, the little white gear, and I go over here to create and change fields. And here's where I'm going to create new fields. Now there's a lot of fields already in the system. So if you need to know things that a lot of people would need to know, like how many employees do they have, well, there's probably a field for that. So I'm going to click add new field. And I'm going to create a field to keep track of what type of maintenance contract they're under. and I'm going to make that a drop down. You can see here, you can make it a date field or a phone number or an email or a checkbox or any of the different things that you need to track. I'm going to make it a drop down because I want to show you how to make that work. I click drop down there, I hit save, and then it's going to come over here on the right and let me put in the drop down items or the drop down list. So maybe I have 3 different types of maintenance contracts, right? Drivetrain only. Then also another package that includes quarterly maintenance, oil changes and stuff like that. And then another one that's full service. We'll do anything they need. And obviously those have different prices and whatever. So now I've got my custom field with my custom drop-down list. You can create as many fields as you want. Go crazy with it. The more the merrier, as long as you're tracking stuff that's important, things that your salespeople want to know about customers. Then you just go back here to the X menu and you hit My Record. That's going to take you to your record in the system, but it can be any customer record. That's where you're going to see this little orange gear, which is the edit layout. And that's where you're going to customize what you see on the screen. So over on the left are all of my fields. There's my contracted maintenance field that I just created. So I just move it to the right, and that's going to put it on my screen. I also have a couple of other fields that I already created called type of equipment and type of customer. So then I'm going to just move all of these to the top so they'll be easier to find. And I hit save. And now they're on my screen. So you get the idea. As a sales rep, it's really easy for me to point and click and update these fields, right? Or I'm on the phone with the customer and I've got my phone in one hand and my mouse in the other. As a sales rep, this now becomes like a script for me, right? When I come to Jose here, because these are all blank, I know I got a lot of questions I need to ask him, right? And then as soon as I fill it out, while I'm on the phone, he tells me he's in heavy construction. And we talk a little bit, and he says, yeah, we use backhoes a lot and dumpers and excavators. And yeah, from time to time we use air compressors. But that's about it. Okay, great. And now that's all in my database and searchable. So next time I talk to Jose, I don't have to ask him all that. And I don't have to go looking through 3 pages of notes to figure it out. It's all here, front and center. Literally, when I click and dial my phone, while the phone's ringing, I can get my head around what I know about Jose, right? And then, of course, when we rent him some equipment, we can talk about maintenance programs because I'll know I don't already have one with him, right? So things start getting super easy at this point. And, of course, now all of your reports and dashboards are going to pivot around this information. So you can see not just how many leads did I generate, but how many leads did I generate that are in heavy construction and need backhoes, right? That unique, specific information is the key to really running your business with a system like this. So that's the most important foundational step. Get the fields set up in the system, lay them out on the screen, and you can see here you can create as many different pages of screens as you need. So a lot of times you might have additional information you need to know about people that are in heavy construction. So maybe there's a heavy construction tab over here, and there's a different one for landscapers. Whatever, that's going to work differently in each business, but you have total flexibility. You can create as many fields as you want and lay them out however you want. And then you come over here and you go to contacts and create Lookup, and you can create a search that's, type of customer is heavy construction and contracted maintenance is drivetrain only. Because maybe that's a big opportunity for you, right? You got a lot of customers renting a lot of equipment in heavy construction, but they all went with the least expensive maintenance program, and you want to focus on upselling them to your full service maintenance program. Well, now it's easy for you to pull up that list of people with one click, and you're going to go up here and hit save and save that query as a save search here, so you don't have to remember how to set the criteria. You just pull it up on the list and hit search. And of course, all your salespeople can do that, and it makes it super easy. And then you go up here to the X menu and go to dashboards and create and edit dashboards. And here's where we're going to create graphs. So let me just give you a quick example of that. Let me just create one from scratch. Hit the plus sign, give it a name, and maybe it's similar. I want to see of the different industries that I have, how many of them are under the different types of warranty programs that I have, right? So I'm going to select contacts, and then my type of customer, right, as the x-axis. And you can you filter on dates and things if you need to. I'm going to say edit date here, and then we're going to say multi-bar on drop-down list. And I'll show you what that means. Here I can choose my contracted maintenance field, and then I can say, and then give me a bar graph that's going to show me all of that. Let me show you what I mean. So you see, I don't have a lot of people's maintenance contracts entered here because we just created that a minute ago, right? But you see now it's breaking it down for all my contacts in the database by what industry they're in. And if they have a maintenance contract, I can see that, right? And I can see that for the most part, my challenge is I have a lot of contacts and I don't even know what industry they're in. So that makes it easy for me to at least say, all right, let's get after those people and start updating them, right? But the point is, all of your custom fields that you've decided are important for your business now become the pivot points of all the reporting and querying that you're doing in the system. That's it. That's step 2 of our 4 steps to market domination process.